Why should we be fated to do nothing but brood on food? Magical world, wonderful food, marvelous food. Food, glorious food. Flesh picked off the dead ones.
Greek, Latin, or chewed. Soon we'll be the fed ones.
Just thinking of putrid meat.
What's the fuss in the mood?
Welcome to another delicious edition of the Let's Dine Out show. Food critic Allan Borgen.
And Izzy Bussy.
I never heard that one.
Me neither. I went putrid.
Our engineer
food.
Joe, did you kind of sneak something in? He has no nothing.
I
Anyway.
was like, what?
I
What
never-
did they say? Putrid food?
Yeah, I never heard that one. Maybe that was the end of it. So, anyway, welcome to a good show today. Another delicious edition. A food critic Allan Borgen here, and Isabel Bussy. We already said that, so we just got in. Every red light.
He's a little off today.
Well, first of all, it started. Damn Alexa, I hate her. I don't know if you have Alexa, but I asked her what the weather's like today, and she said 64 degrees. Okay, so I dressed up for 64 degrees. It's 120 out here. It's hot. So I had to go home and change, and we're running a little late. So anyway, we had a good day today, and hope you're doing good. How's Izzy? How you doing?
Good, good. And we got to explore a little bit today. I was really excited.
So one of the few things we had a good chance to do is walk around, and we visited Redlands today, and they had some.
Well, it's like I never catch anything because, I'm always working. So, it was really neat to, your friend Bonnie, actually, one of our loyal listeners and friends.
Number 2 of 3.
She told us all about this market today called Citrus Blossom Market. And so we end up going visit that.
Edwards Mansion, right?
Oh, okay.
Part of it.
Okay. Well, I have no idea. But anyways, but it was really neat. It was like all these different vendors. There's a lot of homemade stuff. There's food. There's
About 121 different.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of a swap meet.
Well, no, it's like a upscale swap meet. Because, like sometimes swap meet gets kind of like a weird stuff sometimes. But this is just really nice. I mean, all the different booths offers different things. And I picked up some flyers from different ones. So I thought, we should say hi to everybody that we visited today. And I guess they're having another marketplace thing tomorrow. And some of these vendors are going to be there. So if you missed it today, you didn't miss all of it. I guess weekly Sunday market in Redlands. It's actually going to be on Barton Road, 26930 Barton Road. And it's every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And everybody say this. There's Estencia?
Estencia is like a mission, I guess, church mission.
Oh, okay. So
Yep.
went over my head right there. But, so it's going to be there tomorrow. So it'll be neat to go check it out. It's great, to bring your kids out, bring your, animals out, go walk around. It's a beautiful day outside. Why not?
It really is.
Yeah, it's
Very
beautiful.
nice people. And, of course, Izzy, the fashion queen, hat, she just can't go anywhere without buying something. I mean, God forbid she find something that she needs. So she wound up buying, let's see, a hat, earrings, a dress. Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
I think that was it.
That was it, yep.
Yeah. So
I
like
limit
that.
myself to 3 items today.
And, of course, Alan, he just can't go anywhere without eating. So both of us had, was it Mr. Jalapeno?
Mr. Jalapeno.
Yeah,
it
really.
was so good.
It's pop-up stand, and they had, unfortunately, they ran out of most everything. But
By the time we circled round to it, because we were so busy looking at all the vendors and walking through, they ran out of food. And,
But we're going to go tomorrow. So
I'm going to catch them early. Catch them early so we can hit the food.
Right. But it was the stuff, basically a jalapeno that was warm. It wasn't really grilled. It was warm.
Well, I liked it because
Seeded.
it's nice and, it was
Had
a
a crunch
hot
to it.
day today.
Yep.
So it was a perfect, cooling, crunchy, juicy, really, I think, to me.
Juicy?
I think it's juicy. Yeah, I had a good
Well, they had lime juice with
Yeah.
imitation crab and
I think
kind of
it's-
like a salsa.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Ceviche?
almost like a ceviche. But it's so lovely because it was a hot day. It was just like a appetizer. It was amazing. I liked it. So
So, of course, we were still hungry afterwards. So,
yeah,
being I'm on training right now, which we'll get into in a couple minutes, but went home and had a nice protein drink. I use, let's see, frozen strawberries, frozen bananas, frozen persimmons from what, half a year ago, and some protein drink, and it's really good. I really
you
believe
mean
in
protein powder.
those. Protein powder, yeah. So good stuff. So anyway, a lot of stuff going on. Now we're going to be heading off pretty soon to Las Vegas. There's going to be a International Pizza Expo, and I'm going to be judging pizzas again from around the world, and it's basically a trade show for pizziolas, businesses who do nothing but pizzas, but they have wild wings. They have everything there you can think of. Everything, tomatoes and cheeses and olives and you name it.
The last big one was probably before COVID, huh?
Yeah, big one. Yeah, and then they missed one. And then last year I had some medical issues. I couldn't make it. But now I'm back on. This is my 8th or 9th time as a judge, so I can't wait. I'm going to be doing traditional and pan pizzas.
Ooh.
So, yeah, and we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. So,
yeah, tell us the difference.
oh, well, I'll be doing that.
Right.
And then what else? We have two cruises we're going to be doing. One, we're going on to Greece and Rome. So, again, eating.
No, you're leaving from Rome.
Well, leaving from Rome, but we're going to stay there and eat. And we'll talk about that a little bit. And then November, we're going to have a listener party, kind of a fun one.
Just to whet your appetite, so
Right.
everybody start looking at calendar, save up your money.
We'll talk about that towards the end of the show.
Yeah.
It's going to be in November, and it'll be up pretty soon. So next week, we'll tell you more about it. It'll be up on the website where you can
That's
sign
be
up.
ready to go cruising.
And we'll probably have a dinner somewhere where we can go ahead and talk about it, like dinner, and have a little party there. So
I'm so excited.
Me
I'm
too.
beside myself. I told my friends about it.
you've been, how many cruises have you been on? I think a couple?
Yeah,
One?
couple.
Yeah.
Not too much, but I spent most of my time on airplanes. If you haven't figured that one out, so
I know. I feel like a stewardess. You should get wings and stuff. Do you get wings?
no, I can do the hand motion. I'll light it. There's an exit on the side of the plane.
Yeah, you know the whole speech already, don't you?
Almost.
You're funny.
Try not to pay attention to it too much.
So we have a lot of stuff going on. But first, before we get started, I want to let you know about our sponsors, really good people out there. One is Soaring Swine Acres. And if you've never been there, this is a small company that sells over 300, they make and sell over 300 delicious tasting jams and jellies, honeys, sauces, pickled products. And they have some new Voodoo Queen holistic teas that you can't find anywhere else. And Izzy's had them. I've tasted them, and I really like them. But she's used them, and she loves them. She really believes in them, too. So their store is located in Yucaipa. And you can either purchase them at the store, or you can go on their website, Soaring, Soaring, Swine, Swine, Acres, ACRES.com.
Did you lose your
I had to think. That's long. I'm already thirsty. Too. SoaringSwineAcres.com, and savor such delicious, delicious products like rosemary pear jelly, ginger junior. Start over. Ginger orange jam. I get
yummy.
I seem terrible at this because I get excited when I read about food. Cherry chili jam, smoked apple jelly, plus so many sensational food products. You're really going to love them. What's nice about it, they make small batches, and again, for special occasions, for bar mitzvahs, whatever you want to give people to thank them. This is a great gift, just a thank you, especially to teachers and first responders. So you can visit them at SoaringSwineAcres.com. That's SoaringSwineAcres.com. And take it from me, food critic Allan Borgen and Isabel Bussey. We both big fans of this. And again, our friend from Bonnie, she loved it. She loved it so much, she's actually head over heels over it. Literally, she loved it. And guess what? If we like it, she's a big foodie too. If we like it, you're going to like it too. So I highly recommend it. The other sponsor I want to tell you about is...
Well, we have a couple of sponsors.
Well, a couple of them, but one that I want to talk about right now, it's called Bowler & Bowler Family Law. They're called Bowler & Bowler Family Law. And being involved in a divorce is an incredible, stressful time to you and your family's life. And having a trusted and professional family law attorney on your side to help you through this troubled time is especially important. And Bowler & Bowler, located in Redlands, is the Inland Empire's premier family law practice that specializes in, get this, divorces, prenuptial agreements, spousal support issues, same-sex marriages, child support, non-marital relationships, and paternal issues. I think really important things to have somebody on your side for those. They have over 50 years experience of law experience, and Toby and his son Sean Bowler both understand what clients need, and there's a lot of questions that most clients ask, and they take their time with them. That's the thing that we found. I had questions, and they answered every one of them. They don't rush you out of their office. They really care about you, very empathetic, and that's important. Plus, their staff are very professional, very, very efficient and quick. I mean, every business should have a staff like that. I mean, if they don't know the answer, they'll get back to you. Let's put it that way. Almost like the next day. They're really, really good. So again, call Bowler and Bowler Family Law. Their number is 909-335-4848. That's 909-335-4848. Or you can find them on the website, Bowler, that's Bowler, and Bowler.com. That's bowlerandbowler.com. And Izzy, why don't you talk about the last one, our other one that's delicious to go eat and dine at?
Oh, my yummy spot. It's a Ray's Shanghai Bistro. Well, they're actually located at the Redlands DMV on Lagonia and Redlands.
Right next to them.
Right next door. They offer the largest and most delicious, authentic array of traditional, original Chinese dishes available in the Inland Empire. So they actually, to me, they taste authentic. This is not like the American Chinese food. This is the real stuff. And some of my favorite dishes are the house-made pot stickers, crispy pork ribs, spare ribs with garlic, their spicy lamb with bamboo, the sweet and tangy deep-fried orange peel beef.
That is so good.
So good.
I turned you on to that. You really like that, didn't you?
Oh, I totally do. I mean, I literally lick the plate. That's good.
Embarrassed.
I know. General Tso's chicken and the savory basil spicy shrimp, plus lots of vegetarian dishes. We have friends that came with us and tried their food. They had some curry dish, and they went wild on it. And Singapore noodles, which, if you haven't had Singapore noodles, it's the rice noodles with the curry powder in it. So if you like curry, I think you'll like that.
Did you say if you've never met?
No, if you have never tried it.
Oh, I thought you said if you never met them.
No, you've never tried them.
That's not a nice way of saying it. That's nice.
I'm sorry. But you have never met them, definitely go by there and tell Alan Izzy referred you, and tell Marsha and everybody to say hi. And whether you dine in or pick up the food, enjoy the food at home, and have them cater your next party or special occasion, you will see why Ray's is R-U-I'(S), is spelled R-U-I'(S), Shanghai Bistro, is truly the best Chinese restaurant in the Inland Empire. And their website is raysshanghaibistro.net. It's RUISSHANGHAI bistro.net. So Rays, R-U-I-S, Shanghai bistro.net. So
now you know how I feel.
And happy eating, everybody.
I'm glad this
Boy,
segment's
did
over.
I slaughter that one?
Oh, that's okay. It's worth it. So,
well, I'm thinking about the food, and I start salivating, so I didn't want to spit on you, nor
we
the
both
mic.
do that, don't we? We get excited.
Joe's like, go for it.
Hey.
I was just thinking about the yummy dishes. They do make some
You basically
so
just
good.
had a culinary orgasm. You did.
I did.
Yep.
I was just thinking about, oh my gosh. And they have really good little like dumplings and everything.
Joe's getting excited.
So good.
That's fun. Also, I want to talk about that little furniture place. We went by this
yeah.
furniture shop out of nowhere. We
drove by.
We drove by. We saw
came
this.
from the Edwards Mansion?
Edwards Mansion, where the market was.
So we were driving down the street, thinking, what should we do before our show? And we drove right by this little furniture store called Urban Elegance. And what they do are they actually, not only are they a furniture store, so they're not like fully stocked with furniture, but they can pretty much pick any furniture, any style you want, and find it for you. So the interior decorators, they have home decor, they have rugs they can get you, they can get linens, accessories,
furniture.
all kinds of stuff. And they actually do reupholstering. They know people that can do reupholstering. They have custom-made couches. I mean, it's super, super neat store. And we met Marsha, and she was super nice, very nice lady. And I literally already have my wheels going in my head thinking, she suggests a she shed. And I'm like, ooh, I can see her decorating my she shed.
I can see that too. Big
with
one.
a chandelier.
With all your clothes and everything.
Yeah, totally. So anyways, the place is called Urban Elegance for the home. And Marsha's name is Marsha Becca. And the phone number is 909-894-4209. 909-894-4209. She's an interior decorator. So if you have something you have in mind, maybe you think you saw something you might like, describe it to her. Maybe she'll be able to find it for you.
Yeah, this isn't like going to Ashley's or Bob's. I mean, this is some high quality stuff, but high quality doesn't always mean high prices. I mean,
the price is really
very
reasonable. Yeah. I mean, we looked at the decor and I mean, stuff that, I think you would pick that out. Probably the price is even more compatible than some of the like chain places, you know. And so her website is www.urbanelegancehome.com. Urban URBAN Elegance ELEGANCE home.com.
You did that good.
Yeah, that one's easy. They're located at 1765 Orange Tree Lane, Suite A, Redlands, California, 92374.
Perfect. Okay, let's talk about pizzas. Yum, yum.
Ooh,
Okay,
me
every
salivate
year
again.
Las Vegas has the home of the International Pizza Expo. And what it is pizza makers from around the world. And I mean literally around the world. I've eaten pizzas from, let's see, Japan came, Turkey,
Australia. I think I met somebody in
England,
Australia.
of course, Italy. Morocco. I mean, you name it, they've been there, as well as United States pizza makers too. And what they do is part of it is judging pizzas at different competitions. There, they have like an Olympic one where it's twirling,
twirling the dough.
With gymnastics. It's really neat.
It's amazing.
They do boxes, putting boxes together. They do all kinds of stuff. But then there's also judging for different pizzas, which I'll get into now. And then it's a trade show, so they have every company known to mankind that has to do with tomatoes and cheeses and
they had
boxes and everything.
This one company, they make the best wing sauce, like out of this world. But you can't buy it from stores because they only sell it to like restaurants. But they have these amazing samples they gave out one year. Oh my God, it's good enough to drink.
I didn't know they sell that. I saw the women who they had serving.
Yeah, no, they didn't sell it. They gave out little samples, but they don't sell in stores because it's like you have to have a restaurant.
They had very attractive women, young women.
Well, they were the hippest booth around. I tell you, got
loudest,
music. It's almost like Hooters girls were there, going on. So
but the sauces were great, really.
The sauces were actually amazing. So they should just make the sauce speak for themselves. But anyways.
So let me talk about some of the judging. I'm not going to go into details more, but when I come back from it, then we'll talk about it, and I'll hopefully have somebody on who won, and they can talk about that too.
Yay.
So we'll talk about, first of all, is the traditional division, and what as a judge, what you look for is the crust. You should take into consideration the flavor and texture of the crust. Is it dry? Is it soggy? Is it oily? Or is it just perfect? Secondly, sauce, cheese, topping. Those are primary for traditional. That's what it is.
Well,
it's very
traditional,
limited.
like it's basically the regular, not thin, not thick, but just the regular pizza crust.
Normal, right?
Okay, just want to make
Do
sure.
the toppings and ingredients have to have the right balance of flavors and spice level? That's so important. I mean, I can't tell you how a lot of pizzas I've eaten. I love pizza. And a lot of it's just garbage. They just put things on there that have no flavor, no purpose. And then
they just throw it on there, not enough sauce. I hate when it's dry.
Yeah.
Or soggy. I think either way, one end or the other is never good.
It's an art. Pizza making is an
is.
art now. It's no longer. These people take it very seriously. I mean, it's like the Academy Awards. The honor, the camaraderie is amazing. We'll get into that more too. But is the amount of sauce consistent throughout the entire pizza? That's like what you're saying.
Well, there's a lot of times they put too much in the middle, so it's soggy in the middle, and then it's not really cooked.
Right.
And it's dry on the side, so you're like literally choking down crust.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what else. Amount of cheese is it appropriate for it? Do they complement each other? That's important too. Every ingredient should complement each other, and you should also take in consideration the texture.
Well, in it pizza is pizza texture. What texture?
What texture of the toppings?
Okay.
Like is it gooey? Is it like a good topping? Like for instance, like bell peppers. If there's bell peppers, it should be a little crispy to it.
Okay,
You know,
gotcha.
you don't want to be mushed and everything.
Okay, I was
And
trying
just-
to clarify that.
Yeah, so it's the sauces, cheese, and toppings, the crust, and then it's also the overall taste. Is it good, bad, and different? And scores is 1 through 10. They should reflect on that. And you can also do quarter points. And also the visual. What happens is we sit in a booth that's away from everything, so we don't know whose it is. And it's a blind taste. They bring a whole pizza to us. They make
Do
two.
people get to see you?
Well, no, they don't see us.
Oh, so you're like
We're in a
behind
tent.
screens.
Yeah, we're in a
and-
tent.
Oh,
So
wow.
basically, they make two pizzas, one for everyone in the audience who's there, and then one for us. They bring it in, we look at it, we usually pick it up and look at, it's evenly baked underneath it, the crust and everything. That's important.
Definitely no burnt spot then, huh?
Well, it depends. I mean, if it's supposed to be charred, then it's fine. It depends
Okay.
on. It depends. If it's evenly charred, then it's fine.
Okay.
A lot of people think burnt and charred. Burnt is bad. Well, no, charred should be on, especially on wood-fired pizzas. That's one of the things you look for.
Okay. But how do you know it's wood fire?
Well, we don't know, but I'm saying just it should be evenly baked. That's the bottom line.
All right.
So if it's if it's burnt, you can tell if it's burnt. You can see that. So you look at the bacon and visual presentation. Then they bring us a small piece. We look at it again, and then we take. Usually what I do is take the end crust and rip it open and see is it evenly baked. It should be baked throughout, or is it doughy inside? And then basically taste it. Close your eyes and just savor it. Take a bite and you savor it. You try to get what flavors do I get, and does it hit all the flavors in it? Does it hit it? And
So how many of these do you chew on?
I'll be doing. Let's see, I'm on 2 panels on Tuesday, and I think it's around probably 20, 25 pizzas. I would say.
So at least
10,
25 bites?
At least 20. Yeah.
Holy moly.
Now,
That's
some of them, I have to admit, some of them
Whew.
are just
That's a
blech.
lot of pizza.
Well, I don't eat the whole thing, number one.
I know, but still a bite is a lot of pizza.
Well, I'm a professional. I've done 90 pizzas. That's the most I've ever done.
Boy.
And plus, you
Boy,
walk
I'll
ar-
be in digestion from
well,
days.
plus you walk around, and every booth who's there, the cheese companies, the olives, the pizza, the dough companies, Caputo, and everybody, they have pizzas too. So of course you got to taste
No,
theirs too.
my.
So anyway, it's a very interesting thing. So that's traditional pizza. Non-traditional, which is kind of my favorite. Again, you look at the crust, and the cheese is a little bit different. Do they complement each other? I mean, it's sauce, the cheese, the toppings. Sometimes it's too much. Sometimes it's ridiculous. And a thing to look at is this something that's viable that people could make at home? Or I'm sorry, that you can buy at a restaurant. Some of them are beautiful presentation. There was one with lobster on it, which is fine,
But who's
but
going
it
to
was sucked. But it just sucked.
Oh.
But it was a beautiful presentation. They spent a lot of time on the presentation versus
the taste?
the taste,
Ah.
and that's what bothers me. One of my best friends now is Derek, who we've had on the show before. He made his a mushroom pizza, and there was just a lot of button mushrooms, and I still say button mushrooms are useless. There's no flavor to it. They're cheap, and that's a lot of people use it. He used it with other mushrooms too, but the buttons overpowered it. And we had a big.
Well, you said there's no flavor. How can it be overpowering?
I'm saying.
You're contradicting yourself.
No, I'm just saying. Okay, it didn't have a flavor then. No, it didn't wow me. No, I said it wrong. It didn't wow me. It was just like, eh. I mean, I like mushrooms. Don't get me wrong. I love mushrooms, but there's so many different types, and the good ones cost a lot of money. But my feeling is shave it like truffles or something. But we became very good friends, and he understood my thing. And this year, I don't know what he's doing, but he says he can guarantee he's not using button mushrooms. So he agreed with me. So the other thing we look at for the non-traditional is the creativity. Was there anything unique, original, or creative about the blend or combination of cheeses, toppings, spices, or even the crust? A lot of times they'll put, one of my favorite crusts was one where they put spices into it. So every
Ooh.
bite you got, the oregano, the basil, the garlic,
Oh,
the
that would be
Parmesan.
good.
I don't know why other people don't do that, but I loved it.
Yeah.
The big thing right now is sourdough. Will, our friend Will
Yes.
in Washington,
Oh.
yeah, he specializes
OMG.
he specializes in sourdough pizzas.
Yeah, but he makes a pear gorgonzola. Get that. It's like out of this world, man.
Right.
So good.
Yeah, and again, all the pizzas is visually a presentation. Is a visual? Is it something that wows you? If it wows you, that's a lot. That's 10 points there. If it's like, it's 2, 3, 4. I mean, if it's average looking, 5 maybe.
Can you taste the difference though? I mean, between the sourdough and the regular dough?
Yeah. I mean, I drink a lot of water in between it. So
Okay, so it cleanses your palate.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the judges are professional judges, and not food critics. I think I'm the only food critic there. I kind of talked myself into it, and they like me, and I've been doing it for 8 years, 9 years. But most of them are professional chefs, professional pizziolas, and so it's a very, very intense thing. I mean, the winner wins, I want to say $25,000, and plus it's prestige. That's what matters, and they market themselves as award-winning, and it's an incredible experience. And to be honest, there's a lot of pizzas, but you don't eat the whole thing, but it's just fun, and pizzas are great. So then it's traditional, non-traditional. They have, let's see, the one is the pan pizza. That's another one that's incredible. Pan pizzas are the thick pizzas, the Sicilian-style pizzas.
Does that include the Detroit style?
Detroit. That's where I first found it. My friend who passed away, Sean, he pretty much developed it. Now it's a big thing. And for
So
those of you who've never
good.
had it, it's pan pizza. It's regular pan pizza, but they put cheddar cheese, block cheddar around it. So it melts
On the
in there.
bottom and around the crust.
And it's amazing. It just
so
soaks
it's
into it.
crunchy. Like if you like charred cheese, like like caramelized cheese, this is the pizza for you because it is like phenomenal.
Yeah. I'll read this one. There's a lot to this one. This is not as the other ones are. This is a lot more complex.
Okay.
For visual presentation, they ask for it. Does it have the eye appeal to the point where you can't wait to get into it? That's, some of them like, wow. Are the toppings used in a manner that suggests a flavor bounce in every bite? Very important. No big gaps in how the toppings are put on. That's why I don't like pizzas with just a strip of basil. If there's one on every piece, fine.
Well, because as soon as you bite it, that thing's gonna come right off, and the next bite is like naked.
Or on another piece, you don't have it.
That's what I'm saying. Because as soon as you bite it, it's gonna come right off.
Yeah, I mean,
It pulls
I've
off
seen
with
pizzas
you.
that are beautiful on top. It's like artwork, but it doesn't.
Yeah,
It's boring. The sauce. Does a show around the edge and toppings does look fresh and vibrant and not dried out. The sauce should have an appetizing sheen, no pools of oil shown off of the toppings, such as sausage or pepperoni. They should, sponge that off. So that's important to look at.
Yeah,
Again,
I don't like greasy looking pizzas either.
Yeah, again,
they don't look
it's all about eye
appetizing.
appeal. The crust. Notice if the pizza is showing an edge or frame. Look at the color and the texture, which we do. It doesn't have to be perfectly toasted in color all around. Indeed, a rustic-looking pizza offers the old world appeal. Focus on with the customer has in mind. In other words, what will the customer see when the pizza comes out on the table? So imagine that as you're just a regular customer and it comes out. Rate the pizza accordingly. Keep in mind that a typical dough formula for a deep dish or pan pizza has a rather high percentage of vegetable oil, so the crust tends to be crispier and crunchier than most. It's almost a short crust, in fact, than a traditional pizza.
Oh.
And when it comes to a pan pizza, that can be a definite plus.
Oh,
So,
I did not know that.
yeah, really, really
See, you
good.
learn something new every day.
I'm telling you, it's a real learning experience. And then it says, keep in mind that some deep dish pizza, aka pan pizzas, are constructed in a slightly different way than a traditional pizza. For example, in a Chicago deep dish pizza, the crust is pressed into a deep dish pizza pan and up on the sides. The cheese slices are shredded is now laid on the unbaked crust, and the sauce goes on top. So it's cheese and then the topping and the sauce, and is now laid on the unbaked crust. The sauce goes on next, and then the topping. Each presentation will vary, of course, but keep in mind as you examine a slice, look at it from the side to see the layers and how they stack up. Again, it's all about balance. So that's something to look at.
Wow.
Okay, now comes the taste. Again, this is science. It's very, there's a lot of writing on this for people.
Jeez.
For tasting wise, close your eyes, take a bite. At that single moment, capture the taste from the crust on the top, and capture the taste from the crust on dough to the topping on top of it. Was it good? Was it great? Was it spectacular? Was there anything else that stood out in a positive way? Anything that stood out in a negative way? Keep the word balance in mind. Again, the crust. The pan pizza generally has a crust that is thicker than a traditional pizza. And with that in mind, capture the texture. Was it a good chew? Did it have a good mouth feel? Or was it tough, dried out, no flavor? Very important. Was it cooked thoroughly? That's so important. Nothing worse than doughy pizza.
Well, it's especially, I think, if it's a deep dish. I mean, that's a lot of dough. If it's not cooked correctly, it's going to be.
Yeah, there's a lot of science in terms of this,
Yeah.
of all this. And it said, look at the bottom of the crust. Did it show a good bake, as in good color from one end to the other? Rate the crust accordingly. And now the sauce, cheese, and toppings, again, you are looking for balance. The right amount of sauce in relationship to the amount of cheese and toppings. Does the sauce have a real tomato flavor? Slightly sweet with a little mild acidic back flavor. Did the cheese get a good even melt? Let's see. Does the type of cheese used to complement and enhance the topping used? Did the use of herbs, oregano, basil, etc., complement the pizza or kick it over the edge? Sometimes they put too much stuff on and it just overpowers it, and you don't want that. Let's see.
What if they don't use the pizza sauce? Like Detroit style, sometimes they don't use a tomato sauce.
Well, it depends on the sauce. If they use a white sauce, but it should have balance and everything else.
Okay.
A good pizza often requires the use of a knife and fork, so please use them. Let's see. Was it an easy go, or did you feel you needed a chainsaw? If you picked up a slice, did the topping hold, or did it slide off to your lap? Which, if that happens, then it's like bye-bye. I don't have to eat that. So even though it sounds like a lot of pizzas I have to taste, I don't always taste them all a lot. You are a judge. Put yourself in place of the customer. That's where I'm saying it's very important to be objective. Think of it as a customer, the average customer, okay? And that's what I do. I mean, I don't think of myself as someone who really knows pizza. I think of it as just an average person. That's important. Creativity. This is a fun part. What did you feel was original about the pizza? Was it the crust? Was it a different approach to use? Whole wheat crust, gluten-free crust, which again, it's come a long way. Gluten-free crusts now are fantastic. I was on at the beginning panels when they first started, and they were awful. I mean, just terrible. But now they're great. Let's see. Was there cheese-infused crust? Some of them do that. A blend of cheeses. Was it a different tomato approach? Sliced tomatoes or a sauce? The herb factor. Fresh herbs versus dried herbs. Unique use of toppings. Vegetables, for example, and or especially sausages. Turkey, sausage, for example. If the kitchen sink approaches of toppings was used, did it work, or was it just a train wreck? That's the kind of pizza that you will be eating, and will it sell? Will this kind of pizza that they're making sell? That's an important thing. And again, everything's rated from 1 to this is ranging from 1 to 5 on the individual scores. So there's a lot of variance, and a lot of times it's really neat afterwards.
So when you rate them, let's put it this way. You tasted one, you're like, not so sure. Maybe I'll give them a 3. Let's put it. And then the next one you taste is like, okay, that one, the other one, this one really wasn't that great. It probably is a 2 or 3, and then the one before tasted more like a 4. Do you get to go back and change it, or whatever you decide?
There's
right
times
off
when we could do that, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
Sometimes like you start comparing all the different things, you go, okay,
well,
I see the ranking be different.
To be honest, sometimes at first you taste it, you're hungry, it tasted wow, and then you have something else, and it's like, wow, this is better. That's like a pair of shoes. You wear a pair of shoes, wow, this is comfortable. Then you buy a German pair like I did, and it's like, oh my God, they just made this for me. I mean, it's so different, and that happens. And
so you do get to go back and change it and
on some
update
things,
it.
yeah.
Okay, cool, good to know.
Or sometimes you'll take a second or even third bite, and think about it, and like maybe I was a little tough on this, maybe not. And it could be a 3, 3.5, 3 3/4. and most of the time, I was really happy to see that every time I look, I compare it to. We don't look once we make it. Only afterwards we compare scores, and it's nice to see sometimes that we're all the same. Where we're at.
Oh, cool.
Also, we write little. I think it's very important to let people know what we think of the pizza, like with the mushrooms, with too much sauce or whatever. No, because that's the only way people learn. That's and most of these chefs. Don't get me wrong. They very, very. I mean, I've seen Italians lose, and the Italians teams, man, they're very serious. They come out with bowling shirts. It looks like a whole uniforms and
From Italy, Joe. From Italy. Okay, he's like giving you the eye.
Oh, no, no,
Like,
from
well, what do you mean by Italian?
No, the Italian. Well, they have Napolitano chilies too. I mean, pizzas too. But no, they're very serious. And when they lost one time, I've seen them some big fights, big arguments. They thought they should have won. Tony Giamatti, who's like one of the, I'm not gonna say godfather of pizzas, but he was first American to beat. I mean, he's an 11-time champion, and he beat the Italians many times, and they just couldn't believe an American beating us. So it's come a long way, and I'm going to be at, like I said, pan pizzas and the traditional pizzas, and I'll be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 different panels. So I'm going to have at least 40, 45 pizzas tasting. The most I've had was 90.
Oh,
and believe it or not, it wasn't that bad. Total in a day, I probably ate a whole pizza, but a medium or a whole pizza. So I mean, it's not that,
That's still a lot of food.
Yeah, well, you do a lot of walking too. Speaking of a lot of walking.
Yeah, never enough for that amount of calories.
Well, that's why I'm banking it now and drinking my protein drinks and stuff.
Gotcha.
But anyway, next week we'll be going there, and we will talk about it next week, and hopefully have some judges on, either other judges or having some winners. So now, Izzy, you got back to one of my favorite places, believe it or not, of restaurants. This is a small area that they're known for the Onion Field, the old.
Not Onion Field.
No, the Onion Field. There was a movie. You never saw that one?
No.
Oh, there was two police officers were murdered,
I have
and they were left in the onion fields. Yeah, that was. Oh yeah, that was a big thing. But that was the only time you hear Bakersfield.
It's before my time then.
Before your time, probably, yeah.
That's where the country music, like California country music, started from.
It's come a long way, and they have some great restaurants there. I mean, I'm going to be very honest.
Okay, let's say 20 years ago, not so good. I remember going there and going, oh my gosh, there's no food, there's no decent hotel, there's just absolutely nothing.
Now the hotels are so. They're still not
the hotels haven't improved at all. But the food scene's really improved.
Right.
I've really gotten diversified a lot. There's a lot more fusion. There's a lot more just cuisines that you would think, okay, I can see myself eating this in LA, So it's a lot more metropolitan feeling to them. There's a lot more sophistication, I think, to their foods. And of course, there's a lot of traditional foods. That's, because the area is known for farming, right? So.
Well, the Basque restaurants, that's what they're famous for. They've had, I want to say, 4 or 5 pretty famous Basque restaurants, which we'll talk about one. But I mean, I always get mixed up between them and Fort Worth and Dallas. Where's that really good Latin restaurant that you took? Was that there? It was a Latin American one that was really upscale.
Oh, yeah. That's a new restaurant in Bakersfield, actually. The decor, the whole setup, just the vibe.
It's high-end. It's trendy.
Yeah, it feels like I'm in Miami or South Beach, or I'm in, Palm Beach. That's how I feel like, has that vibe, like a very just laid back, but very, jovial. It's very neat surrounding. It's all decor, like you're in the middle of the Florida, the green and everything like that.
And then there's an Italian restaurant that we went to that, oh my goodness, is probably as good as you get. Beautiful menu, nice owner, the staff, everyone.
Packed to the rim, yeah. I mean, their food's amazing. Forgatti's, yeah.
Yeah, really good. So, but let's talk about Noriega's.
Okay, Noriega's. Actually, Noriega was a hotel. It was founded by Faustino Noriega in 1893.
Oh, okay.
So it was taken over in 1931 by another couple, Juan and Graciana Elzalde. So it's a hotel that became a boarding house for men only at that time. So all the people that came into farming or whatever, that was their boarding house. In 1940, the restaurant business was such that it became necessary to expand, and the bar and dining room were added. The doors remain open for 89 years until May 1st of 2020. So during the pandemic, that's when they closed finally. I think Allan visited the original Noriega Hotel. It literally was on a dirt lot. The parking lot is a dirt, and the hotel looks like it came out of a Western movie, right? On the outside. Not much to look at. You can still see like part of it, the old part, part used to be a boarding house or whatever, it has that kind of feel to it. But you go in, if you're not familiar with Bass Restaurant, people dine in family style. So it's long benches, and basically everybody gets seated next to each other, and you dine as a group, even with strangers. And it's quite festive, and it was...
Now, it's a prefix dinner.
It's a prefix dinner, so every night, if they were to serve, is whatever they're making for the menu. But there's always several items, and then there's always something called a set-in. A set-in is basically, they always have a vegetable soup, like a cabbage soup. They always have like French fries. They have
salad, French bread.
There's butter. There's cottage cheese. Sometimes they give you blue cheese. Sometimes that's extra. There's pickled tongue. There's spaghetti,
beans, salsa,
and spaghetti. It's the food just keeps coming. You're like, oh my God.
It's all family style.
It's all family style, but these bowls come bigger and bigger, and it keeps coming. You're like, oh my gosh. By the time you eat your entree, you're like, okay, I just ate half of the stuff. Like literally all the whole meal, I'm like, I'm already stuffed. But then they come out with, either like something very homey, like some
oxtail stew,
or they do like beef stew, or they do prime rib,
lamb.
Or lamb. It depends on the day and what they offer. Fried chicken, it could be anything. That
it's usually 2 items.
Yeah, usually whatever the kitchen's cooking that day. Right. In the menu. So. Since 2020 in May, the Noriega Hotel closed, and then he moved to a new location, and new owners bought it. And Noriega's now it's located and decorated very nice, very posh. It looks very upscale. Has like glass chandeliers and everything.
I didn't tell you this. I talked to the owner. Her name was Coy, and her and her husband own actually 4 or 5 restaurants. But she was saying the original furniture, the tables and pictures and everything, they have from there.
Yeah, they do. And it's on the walls. You can still see old Bakersfield, look like an old Western town. It's really neat to see all the history. They bought all the recipes. I guess they following the recipe from the original hotel. They did not change it. So the food tastes just like it was back when I visited when it was a Noriega hotel. And so I went, I think, Wednesday and Thursday night, because every night's a different food. So, technically it's a different meal every night. So the night I went, it was Wednesday night, was lamb stew and prime rib. Boy, let me say, the lamb stew, it was not lammy. For anybody to go, oh, lamb, it tastes more like a beef stew. It fell and melted in my mouth. The potatoes were cooked in with all the flavors and juices.
Gravies, ooh.
Oh my goodness. And the carrots and the celery, they're all cooked in. So it has all this flavor of the juice from the meat and the sauce. It's phenomenal. Literally like melted in my mouth. It tasted like something my father would make. My dad was an excellent cook, and that's what it would taste like. And then the prime rib came out, huge piece. It was really good, crusted just right, not over seasoned, and it just has a really good flavor.
Now for dessert, don't they have like ice cream or something?
Yes, they had ice cream. I basically told them, hold the ice cream and the French fries and anything else that I just cannot eat anymore.
But they also give you, was it a bottle of wine?
Yeah, the wine is complimentary, guys. It's amazing. They give you a bottle of wine, sit in front of you, drink all you want, basically. It was part of the meal. It's part of what you pay for, right? And the meal itself for dinner is $39. $39.
All that food.
All that food, $39, including wine.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I think that's a slamming deal.
And the service.
Oh,
you
yeah.
raved about it.
Shane, okay, if you guys ever go up to Bakersfield and decide to try Noriega's, Shane, she's the bartender, she's the waitress, she's the do-it-all. And she is so nice. She recognized everybody their name. She called you by your name. She came and catered to everybody. I'm so friendly. I mean, the next night, I was like, okay, I'm too tired to sit in the dining room. I just wanted to go. I took it to go, bring it back to my hotel. And she helped me carry it out to the hotel because she packed up everything, like the cottage cheese, the blue cheese. I mean, everything. It just helped me bagged up everything. It was like 3 bags of food for this little person, which, of course, I couldn't eat all of it. But it lasted me 2 days. It was so good. I mean, I definitely, if I lived in town, boy, I would have been there all the time.
Now, there is a Basque restaurant called Central Basco on Central in here in Montclair. Or Chino. It's kind of the border. But anyway, I called Bernadette, who's the owner, and she's a little swamped right now with business and stuff, but we're going to have her on and do a review there.
Yeah.
But Basque food is really, it's peasant
really
food, basically.
Good.
It's food, a lot of food, and that's what they fed the
farmers,
the sheep herders and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and Central Basco is really good. I've had their food. I've been there, and I haven't been there for a while, but I've been there, and they actually have really good food. So
we did a grub club, and a lot of people have never been there. It's like, oh my goodness.
It's homey food, okay? Yeah. It's like all the comfort food you can think of. It's all on your table. They presented all of it, all the comfort food you would probably ever eaten when you're growing up. It's on the table. It's just, I think it's a great way to, I'm the type that I get bored with one dish. And so you're dining, if you only have a small party, or you only like dining by yourself or 2 people, you can't order a bunch of food, right? But this is a good way to have a bunch of food, but you can have a bite of everything.
And you see with people, normally they're fun people.
They are.
It's just like family style, but you meet a lot of people. We met one time gentlemen who were traveling in the area.
From Atlanta, I think.
They're all from all over. Just the nicest people. And
well, because, Bakersfield is full of people that go there for energy. So there's a lot of people that travel there from all over the country. I constantly meet people from all over the U.S. that travel to Bakersfield regularly. They just, I'm, more than impressed. I say Noriega is probably one of the better and best, Basque restaurant in Bakersfield.
Right.
I mean, there's a couple that's really good, but I think all around, all the food plus the service, Noriega's is it.
Right, and like the owners are really, really nice. We'll have them on. Strangely enough, they're Korean.
No,
the owners?
They're Thai.
Oh, Thai. I'm sorry, Thai. No,
right? Thai or Filipino? I don't know.
They're Thai. They're Thai. I'm sorry. No.
I'm like,
we
what?
We ate Korean food last night, so they're Thai and very nice lady, real lady, real gracious and real sweet, and they really care about their customers, and they care about the quality. They also own a soul food restaurant, which you can't go to. Can't wait.
They own like 4 or 5 different restaurants around town in Bakersfield, and they all serve American food, which is I find is hilarious because it's like that's the first thing I ask. They go, "Oh, we own a couple of restaurants." I'm like, "A Thai food?" And they're like, "No, all American." I'm like, "Really?"
Then we met another gentleman who owned a barbecue restaurant. It's in a liquor store, and I'm not sure what happened. There's something they closed down for a little bit. So
well, I think he closed his business. The liquor store is still there.
Yeah.
It's still a liquor store.
I think he's looking for another place. But oh man, the good barbecue, as good as I've had anywhere.
Oh yeah, and he's a pastry chef by training.
Right.
So it's just oh my gosh.
Like I said, there and North Dakota, I think are the 2 biggest surprises. I mean, North Dakota of all places, you think, what are they going to eat in North Dakota? Burgers and beer? No. We're talking Scandinavian Jewish delis. We're talking some great
Ethiopian restaurant.
Oh, Ethiopian, a lot of Ethiopian.
And the barbecue restaurant was way over the top, and it's like it's not just. I mean, I've had barbecue all around U.S. It's basically the best of the best, all in one. Yeah.
Yeah. So North Dakota was kind of fun too. Our show, we're going to be traveling a lot more. Cruise real quick. We're going to be going on a cruise in November with our viewers and listeners. And
To the Mexican Caribbean.
Mexican Caribbean, yeah. The 7-day on Celebrity. We've got a lot of fun packages. I talked to a very well-known chef in the area here who knows a lot of chefs in those cities. So we're going to see if we can have some special dinners, kind of like prefix dinners.
That'll be so much fun.
Yeah, plus we're going to have
gosh.
a lot of goodie bags that you're going to like, and just a lot of extras, a lot of meet and greets. And with Celebrity, they've really done it right. The tipping is included, the drinks are included, the Wi-Fi is included. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
In the past, those things are all extra. Now
Right.
it's not. Unless it's a premium dining, I think. There's like, they have so many restaurants now. It's not like, I think the old cruises was like, oh, you get the seating and that's it. You know, I remember getting seated at 5 o'clock in the afternoon going, oh my God, I'm not even hungry. I don't know how I can eat at 5 o'clock. Or they put you at 7 a.m. seating for breakfast. And I'm like, I'm asleep. I'd rather not eat at that point.
Yeah, well, they have quite a few. And the ship, I think it's called the Millennium. They refurbish it. I forgot how many millions of dollars they put into it, but it's supposed to be really, really
So
good.
look it up, everybody.
So-
CelebrityCruises.com.
Yeah, we'll have more on there in terms of
Yeah, and
it.
then check out the ship, and it's gonna be for the Mexican Caribbean.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, Riviera.
Mhm.
Riviera?
Riviera, Mexican Riviera.
It's Cabo, Ensenada, and one
Puerto
other one.
Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta, yeah.
Mhm.
So it should be for a lot of fun and everything. And people who have gone on it, they say it's safe, it's clean, it's really changed. They've really changed the government there in terms of, kids selling chiclets. You don't see them anymore. And then the other cruise we're going on is called the Edge. It's one of their super ships, brand new one. And
About 2 or 3 years old.
yeah, but it's kind of a newer one that's coming out is based upon that. It's a new vision they have and gigantic. I mean, that's something like
Yeah, the newest one is called the Apex.
29 restaurants and bars on board. Anyway, we're going there. We're going to be going to Greece and in Italy.
So stay tuned. Hopefully, I can get Alan to post some live videos so everybody can join us on
I
our
will learn to do that.
excursion and check out what we're doing.
So and we're also going to have more lifestyle, more fashion stuff. Is he's going to talk more about some great shops that she's gone to. So anyway, the food critic Allan Borgen
And Issy Bessie.
join us every Saturday from 4 to 5 right here on AM 1050. 106.5 and 102.3 FM, the stations that leave no listeners behind. Let's dine out. Happy
A